What's going on, guys? It's your boy Cayenne. I'm over here in Georgia, and I figured I'll do a quick update as to how it's going working with CRST since I am in a hotel for the next 2 days. So CRST, why I chose them? I chose them because I thought they were the best company to learn safe driving habits from. And being a truck driver, I figured I would rather learn safe habits than try to unlearn bad habits. So that was one reason why I chose CRST. Second reason was they got a pretty good pay scale. I would say you start off at 45 cents, then it goes like, I think like 5 cents every 3 months. If you want to know the exact breakdown, leave a comment and I'll let you guys know. They have an account here. It's called the Pharma account. The Pharma pays 90 cents a mile. That's a good amount of money per mile. I know I might have to be here a while before I can get that account, but I figured I plan to be here for 3 months at least anyway, because most jobs hire you, either want you to have 3 months of experience, 6 months of experience, or a year. The best paying jobs I've seen, they require you to have 2 years experience. But I figured I'll stay here for at least 3 months, maybe 6. And in that time, I could try to get the Pharma account. If I get that account, honestly, I probably wouldn't want to go anywhere for a good while. But the third reason why I wanted to work with CRST was because the recruiter that came to us was pretty personable. You know, he just made it seem like this company is a company that cares for people. It ain't just trying to get numbers or trying to get employees or just people that can drive their trucks. It seemed like they really wanted to invest in us. So I feel like this is a company I would want to invest with myself. Well, fast forward, I'm in CDL school. The school was only about 4 weeks, Monday through Thursday, and it was from like 7 to 2 o'clock. So I did my test. Now, don't freak out about the test, guys. The test, you do have 2 free tries. After that, you can pay for a 3rd try. So I failed the test on my 1st try, and I was distraught. I was like, how could this be, you know? But it's my fault. I walked in that test overconfident. I walked in that test not doing what I was taught at school. I never got out and looked. You know, that alone would have made me pass. So I needed to get out and look. I never got out and looked. I never went slow and steady. I just went in fast and like I was a pro pretty much. So I failed the first time, took it again the second time, and I made sure I went slow and steady. I did what I was taught in school and I passed, you know? So the test compromises of 3 steps. It's the pre-trip, maneuvering, and road test. Pre-trip is you looking at your truck, seeing what's not like broken. Maneuvering is going back and forth, straight back, so forth. Then the 3rd test is the road test, where you driving on the road. You got to make a few turns. You got to, you know, follow the speed limit, stop signs, stop lights, stuff like that. So that's how that goes. So once I got my test, I went ahead and got my CDL. I went to my home DMV and I got it there. I waited a few days, but I heard you don't have to wait. After I got my CDL on my 2nd attempt, I applied to CRST. I actually applied to them before I even got it. They told me I had to wait a month because they weren't hiring yet. I had to wait a month, and after that month, they called me and they pretty much said, you know, I got to do a drug test. They asked me questions about my background with like driving history, and like I had a few accidents and a few tickets. It can be a hassle to get a job if you have a few tickets, but for me, it wasn't a hassle. I got hired with a company I wanted to get hired with. Now, I did apply to other companies as well, and they definitely made it a big deal. You know, they actually turned me down because I had too many speeding tickets or accidents and so forth. And some of them said I had to be 2 years had to pass from my most recent speeding ticket or my recent accident, but it hadn't been 2 years yet. Besides that, pretty much, you know, I waited a month. I took a drug test. When the month finally was up, I took a drug test. It's a hair follicle test and it's also a P test. Passed them both. They did a background check, passed that too. Then in about a week, they flew me out, and I was in Texas. I was there for 2 days for orientation, and I just did a bunch of online stuff, videos. They even catered us free food. They got me a hotel. After that, I got a trainer. The trainer was with me for about a month and a half. They taught me how to, handle the truck, how to be a driver, how to go up hills and go down hills, how to fuel up, how to unhook the trailer, how to, just pretty much drive the truck and be a truck driver. Once I did get done training, CRST is gonna push you to get a team driver. So they even require you for, after you're done training with a mentor for a month and a half, after you're finished training with a mentor for a month and a half, they are gonna let you drive teams. You have to drive teams for at least 3 months. Now, after those 3 months, you can do solo if you like, or you can do teams if you like. But those first 3 months, you have to do teams. To get a team driver, it's up to you now. They send you a list, and you basically just call each person on the list, or send them a text. I was personally sent 3 lists, and I called every single person off that list, off of each list each time. And I sent them text messages, ask them a few questions just to vet them. Ask them things like, most importantly, are you a smoker? Do you prefer to drive night shift, day shift? I personally don't care. As long as I sleep, I'll drive. I also asked them, are they clean? Do they like to eat out or bring their own food on the truck type thing? How long can they drive for? Just in case they need to drive a long shift, can they actually drive a long shift? Because I would hate to be the one stuck driving most of the shift and then, he's just chilling. Things like that. So I did find a driver. He lives in Georgia. I live in Florida, so it's not too bad. I wanted a driver that lived in Florida too, but I wasn't able to find one, so I got what I was able to get. So far, how do I like working with CRST? I like it. It's pretty cool. Not much not to like about it. I've been training for the most part, but having a team driver, if you're not comfortable with that, then I wouldn't recommend it. At least for the first 3 months or first 4 months, because you have to train for a month and a half at least with a trainer, and then after that you have to work at least 3 months with a team driver before you can do solo. So if you're not trying to drive teams, I wouldn't recommend it. When I was driving with a trainer, I wasn't paid as much because I wasn't on the company side. So I wasn't given runs like back to back to back. It was up to the trainer I was with, who was a lease operator. He kind of picked and chose what loads he wanted to run. So if it wasn't getting much miles, I wasn't getting much paid. But for him, he wasn't getting paid by the miles regardless. So, I wasn't getting much miles the first few weeks, but the last 2 weeks of that training, I got some good miles and I got paid pretty good as well. The trucks are nice, they're new, they're clean. Once I start actually driving and not being trained, I'll get a new truck with a new driver. We'll have everything brand new. So I'm actually excited for that. And I'll get my truck tomorrow actually, so I'll do a truck tour. I bought a few things with me. I'll show you guys what I bought with me to put on the truck. And when I get the truck, I'll show you how it looks, so you guys can know what to expect. So peace for now, and I'll talk to you guys later. I want to just say I finally got 100 subscribers. So thanks to everyone that subscribed to me. I went from 0 followers to 100 in like a month, maybe a month and a half. So thank you so much, guys, for subscribing, liking, watching, all that stuff, man. Every day I try to get better, so slowly I will improve. If you guys have any tips, go ahead and drop a comment for me. And if you guys watch this to the end, drop a comment saying we made it. Peace.